We found out at his 20-week anatomy scan that he had a tumor, which they thought was spina bifida at first, and they realized it was a tumor called sacrococcygeal teratoma, SCT for short. From the moment we found out, I don't remember how we got hooked up with CompassionNet, but I feel like they were there since the beginning, almost before we went to Strong. And it was kind of just like a familiar base that we could contact. So we really had a lack of support. I felt like in the beginning of who do we call if something goes wrong. You know, the pregnancy's different, the pains are different. We didn't know what doctor we should call. There were so many, like we were seeing a genetic counselor, we were seeing so many different parts that CompassionNet and Carm were very like the center of who we could contact in order to figure out those questions so that we could just deal with the pregnancy.
And you know, we were already kind of nervous about becoming new parents, and then you throw in a very rare, potentially fatal situation for this baby. Yes. It was just kind of sent us into a tailspin. And so you know, we both work in healthcare, and I think for us the biggest thing about CompassionNet was it let us focus on being parents and not have to worry about some of the other parts that maybe would be more natural for us to worry about because of our backgrounds. I remember Carmen came over and we sat here with her, and she helped us write a list of questions to take to our OBGYN.
Yeah, and this was before he was, what, 25 weeks?
I mean, it was at the very beginning where his risk level for even making it was pretty low. It helped us see that you can really make a complicated situation tailored to your family and your needs and your beliefs. And that was very helpful for me, and I think for you too. I manage a pretty serious chronic illness. I have MS, and that was new for me right before I got pregnant. And so we kind of went into this high-risk pregnancy with that. And CompassionNet were the only people who sat down with both of us, helped us take a step back and look at the entire experience from my health standpoint, from Meg's health, and then ultimately Theodore's health, and really helped us manage that component of it. And I don't know if that's in their job description or if it's in the program description, but it was help we didn't know we needed until we had it. And that is kind of how I keep describing them, is they kept helping and keep helping do all of these things I didn't know I needed help with.
They've been around since the beginning, so they almost felt more than like our
They feel like family.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they celebrated a lot of ups with us, and they were there for a lot of downs, probably more intimately than our own family is and was, and they see all the back end stuff.
Because that's the other thing, your family is there for you to support you, but they don't like to hear the every little detail because it stresses them out. So CompassionNet was a place we could go to that would give us support mentally, physically, emotionally. I mean, setting us up with counselors were huge so that we didn't bring our emotional stressors into the NICU with him. And then after he came home, it was big. It was huge. And then I thought, like, when Theodore got here, I thought that their care would be mostly surrounded to Theodore. And they really, I don't know what I was expecting, but I thought whatever Theodore needed, they would help us with. But they really cared about not only Lauren, but myself as well, like our mental and physical well-being. So even when he was in the NICU, they set us up with counselors to talk about all the stress so that we were able to be in the NICU and to be able to focus on him. I knew they would always be there for Theodore, but to have that support for Lauren, who had just delivered him, and also for myself was wonderful.
You know, we weren't able to hold him the way I think you might hold a newborn. He wasn't able to sleep the same way. So we, you know, one, it's our first child, so what do you do? And then two, it's this other component where we were doing wound care every 2 hours, and he was very uncomfortable. So at Carmen's suggestion, they brought in a music therapist to work with him. And, you know, at the beginning, I love music and I was really into it, but I was like, I don't understand, but okay, like we're gonna do it. And almost instantly, like we saw a difference in him, and she could calm him. She would match the tone of his cries to her music, and she would use it to calm him, or if we needed to wake him up to do a wound change, she would find a way to gently coax him out of sleep. she used it as a distraction piece, so we were able to kind of keep him distracted so we could do something that might needed done. And then anything along the way where we've had concerns about his development or his mobility or something, since his tumor, she's found a way to incorporate a way to overcome it using music. And then I think in the process, for us, it kind of almost became a relief for us. I know we both really look forward to the sessions today. Like, it's taught us a new way to interact with him, a new way to play with him, because we couldn't interact with him how you might a traditional newborn. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your kayak gently on the lake. We'll put it on the Jeep and the Jeep will go beep beep, and I can hardly wait. All right, this is your special verse that we wrote for you. We love Theodore, it's a love so sweet. First there were two, and then we had you, and now our life's complete. I think the word compassion is in their title for a reason, and the kindness that they show you, the generosity that they show you, the hope that they give you that you didn't know you were missing, they do all of that, and you can't really put a price tag on that. You can't really even, I can't even do it justice to articulate how I think grateful our family is for it.
Pretty good.
I mean, honestly, compassionate to me means the health of my family. You know, I think we were really nervous, and maybe in ways we didn't communicate with each other about, and they helped take such a burden off of us that we could focus on what really matters.